And so we arrive at day 40 of my Irish coast cycle, the trip from near Bunmahon to Waterford town and the train home. This in fact will be my last day of 2023, unless I manage to squeeze one in between now and the new year, which I doubt it. I started off with a stop at Stage Cove. Copper was loaded onto cliffs here, hence the winch and other equipment you'll see, but also it was mined, and that's why you can see small mining shafts in the rocks around here. From Stage Cove, it's a fairly short trip up the road to the mines at Tankerstown and the shaft here. These are some quite impressive looking ruins with some good signboards explaining what was going on. The one that I particularly enjoyed though was the one about the attempt to reopen the mines and the fake photography used to try and convince people that they were already in operation. From here on, you're then following more of the Copper Coast around down to Kilmurren, where we have yet another of those god-awful council everything is forbidden signboards. Then on and indeed up to Donabratton Head and the look down at the harbour, and then yet more climbing in increasingly wet weather, it has to be said. I was beginning to hit a complete whiteout parts of this, where I'm following a network of linked local roads that will take me in the back way and much quieter route into Tramore, this resort town. Tramore is a pretty popular East Coast beach resort town. A lot of people come here on holidays, so I just popped down to have a look at the sea. And then continuing down the promenade in the hunt for the public toilet that was at the end of it. Practicalities. There are inevitably some busy roads around Tramore itself, coming into it and going out to it, but you can in fact pretty quickly get on a coast road that, while not quiet, is not too busy, and this is the road that's going to take me around to the town of Dunmore East, another popular but much smaller holiday destination. We might be off the Copper Coast, but the road from Tramore to Dunmore East has plenty more hills on it. This entire trip has got plenty of hills on it. In fact, you're definitely going to be getting a bit of a workout, and I think that catches people by surprise. They expect the East Coast to be flatter. Then after Dunmore East, it was up onto the hills again and taking the quiet back roads on the way to Waterford City. The main roads heading to Waterford City are very busy. You want to keep off those for sure. And the back roads are, as you can see, pretty worn out. I'm heading into Waterford to catch the train back to Dublin. However, if you're continuing to cycle the coast, don't go into Waterford. Instead, head for Passage East and catch the small train that crosses the estuary at that point. Much nicer trip. Don't mix it up with Passage West. That was the one in Cork from a few days back. But for me, this is the final few hundred metres, not only of the Irish Coast Cycle today, but also of 2023. So it's time for me to get off the bike, reward myself with a pint and a meal, and then face the getting on the train once more. It was actually grand in this case. There was no problems with the train. Nice simple journey back to Dublin and the end of the 2023 segment of the Irish Coast Cycle. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up if you have, and give the channel a follow so you get to hear from me again in 2024 with my further adventures.